At ICCU, to make a difference, it takes just one connection. A friendly face, an open ear, a helping hand. And then something amazing happens. We find out that we're better together. This is what Idaho Central does in our communities every day. We help our members with the small things and big dreams. This is what believing in you is all about. Idaho Central Credit Union, looking after your daily balance.
It may have been a new job or starting a new business. Maybe you were looking for a better place to raise a family. It's possible you were returning home to the place you love, to Idaho. Whatever your reason for coming, 40 years or 4 months ago, Lithia Ford of Boise wants you to know you're welcome here. Lithia Ford of Boise, where Ford begins in Idaho.
Bronco Nation, welcome to the Lithia Ford of Boise post-game show. Following a Boise State victory to make it 11 straight wins with the win over Utah State to start their road trip and continue their gauntlet of Mountain West play. And let's get some comments in. What a win. Just what a game. I would have loved if my stream didn't cut out for Mountain West Network and had to watch on live stats for the end of it. But we got the replays. We were good to go. And we got BJ Rains live in Logan right now. He's conducting some interviews. We might have a live interview in the next couple minutes here. And just absolutely right with Nathaniel. Just a thrilling W. Was just a crazy game. There were so many different runs. Basketball is a game of runs in general, but just so many different runs and so many different things that happened in this game. You never know. I was trying to find an angle for what story I'm going to write later, and it was tough because it came down to a buzzer beater. But at that point, you can't complain about that. We had Malad and Armouche with 22 and 19, just an absolute dominating performance. Nathaniel, isn't it their first W in Logan since the 15-16 season? I can't confirm that. When BJ gets in here, I'll ask him. I'm sure, though, I know it's been a while since they've gone in there and gotten a W. Ryan Moser says Marcus Shaver, ice in his veins. He can start 0 for 10 and then just have that clutch shot, and he's had that all year. He's had it there's been several clutch shots in the last 5-6 games and just throughout the season, and just unbelievable. But like Shaver made the dagger three to win the game, but Malad and Armouche, you can't. It's just unbelievable. 22 points. 19 rebounds, 10 of those coming on the offensive end. And if you were watching the stream, I know the play-by-play announcers, not to discredit them, but they weren't really saying Maladen's name right. But then again, I don't know. We don't know the story, but we're going to wait for BJ here, and we'll get some highlights up here in a second. We cut those up, and it's 11 straight wins. Kejab, 15 and 9. Emmanuel Acott, 11 points, 5 rebounds, 3 blocks. Just unbelievably defensively. And it didn't look like they were having that great of a game defensively. And you look at the final scoreboard, and they still held them to under 60 points. And it's just unbelievable how persistent this team is on defense and just offensively late in the game, like figuring it out. And they got the Mountain West Network is the worst and a serious problem. Yeah, the Mountain West Network isn't great, but I'm not going to blame the conference for that. It was a makeup game, and it is what it is. Originally, I thought it was the Air Force UNLV game on CBS Sports Network, but it was actually the Santa Clara game. And that they can't really move that. They can't swap conferences with that. But impressive how we only held Bean to 14 points. Yeah, definitely. And we mentioned it in pregame that if you can contain him a little bit and just manage that, just the dagger shots that he hits, and he's a force. And Armouche really took care of it. And it was wild. And Marcus Shaver, like I said, 0 for 10 to start. Clutch 3, ice in his veins. Tyson Dagenhart, 6 points. But I believe 2 of them, I know one of them was a real momentum shifting. Boise State was on a little drought there in the second half, and he definitely made a clutch. It wasn't a step back, but it was more of a teardrop floater, and definitely great. It's usually the radio guys. Yes, it was the local radio guys. You can hear them at the end of each commercial. They said, from Learfield, which typically means that radio stream, and everyone Oh, I knew everyone would start talking about the announcers. That's just how it is, though. It's their Utah State stream, so they're going to be definitely that. They're going to have that Utah State angle compared to like how Chris Lewis would be for us. So it is what it is. And let's look at some highlights here. Let me pull these up real quick.
To Max Rice. Max gets into
There's Max. So this is in the first half.
Able to split the Red Sea.
Max Rice on the left. We thank the Mountain West Network and Learfield for the audio and video on this. This is the end of half. T-jab with the, and they were down 8 at that point. Cutting it to 6
long three straight away, up and good. And that's key jab burying the 3. RJ Idlerock's going to come in on the
there you go, the dish, the Mladen.
Attacks, lays it up in bucket, and he'll have the free throw.
And we got BJ Rains here.
Bounce pass to Armas, throws down the two-handed dunk. Beautiful
Looking at
pass.
the highlights.
Beautiful key jab. Key jab.
And here we keep it with Mladen.
To Armas. Armas throws down the dunk.
Go.
My goodness. Shaver comes around his screen.
And here's
Shaver
the dagger.
rises for 3.
There
it's
you
good.
go. Marcus Shaver Jr.
Of the game.
1.4 left.
Nails it. He
That's
was
unbelievable. And then here's BJ's clip from courtside. Another angle at it. Marcus from deep. There you go. Silence the crowd. Most definitely. And the Boise bench went absolutely nuts. And yeah, I mean, you look at the first half compared to the second half, it really was till 2 halves. In the first half, actually, there were 6 separate occasions where Boise State didn't score for 2 or more minutes. So if you look at that, they were very, very, very scattered. And luckily they came in and kept it consistently. There was also a big 7-0 run to tie the game after a Utah State 3-pointer. And it looked like the Aggies were going to send the Broncos back home at that point. And yeah, I mean, they came through and they've kept it coming through for a long time now during the 11-game win streak. And Armouche needs to work on free throws, 2 for 10 early on the game. Definitely, it's been a story all season, and we'll get some numbers here in a second. I can't pull them up directly on my computer just because my printer's broken, so I'm not in a great spot there. But yeah, we'll look at the percentages.
What's up?
Look at here's
what's
BJ
up.
Rains.
Sorry to cut in here. We got we're gonna have Marcus Shaver Jr. here live. We got Mladen Armouche. If you want to throw to the video, if you can, to Mladen Armouche, or I can do it right here, and then we're gonna have Leon Rice as well. We are.
It makes it tough because
All right, well, this was a pretty big night for you on the boards. Career high points, career high boards. What got into you tonight?
I was motivated because of the big crowd that they have here, and it was a great place to play. And I don't know, I would just keep helping my team and to stay in a game and to make a lead, and it just happened, I guess.
11. Oh, go ahead.
I was just going to say, to see your teammate Marcus Shaver go 0 for 10 and then make that huge shot, what's the feeling?
That's a mentally tough. He is, and that is.
BJ, it looks like his mic's muted. BJ, it looks like your mic's muted.
From the bench to the starters, man, I really thought E-Man was gonna shoot the last shot, but he was like, "Shave, come get it," and I was like, "All right, I got you, bro. I'll ice this game for you." And that's what happened.
How'd you stay, man? 0 for 10. Like I said, how'd you stay with it and stay in the game and not let it affect you?
I know what I'm capable of, and sometimes shooters just got to shoot. And that's what I did tonight. I knew one had to fall for me, man, and it was a big shot, and I just knocked it down.
11 in a row, man. How's this feel?
It feels good, but we're not satisfied. We got to keep things going. Quick turnaround. We just got to lock in on the next game. It's going to be a big one.
Final thing, I mean, just this stretch now, this 5 games in 11 days, you're 4-0. I mean, you're kind of playing with house money going Saturday into San Diego. I know that's not good enough for you guys. You want to finish the job here. What's it mean to win this game, but also know you got another big one in 48 hours?
Man, we just got to take care of our bodies and lock in. starts from watching film on the plane and just get ready, lock in for tomorrow in the scout, and just come ready to play.
Safe travels, man. We'll see you in San Diego. Appreciate it, man. Marcus Shaver Jr., huge shot for Boise State. He wins this one. Collin, if you can take this back over, I'll get the rest of Malad and Armouche in here. We'll get Leon Rice in here as well. We got 40 comments coming in. Maybe you can read some of the comments. Collin, if you can hear me, read some of the comments, and I'll get Leon in, posted in here in a minute, and then we'll get the rest of Malad if you want to play that as well.
Absolutely. And then James says, no, don't make free throws. Missing free throws is our good luck charm. I don't know about that, but if you want to twist it that way, they definitely had some luck in the end there. Or not so much luck, but more so persistence to go in that drive to win the game. And just it's great. And then here, I think all the comments are saying they couldn't hear BJ. BJ was gassing up the comments there, but he reminds me a lot of Lexus Williams, definitely. And I noticed that early on in the year, and I was like, because I didn't follow Boise State basketball as much, and I thought Lexus Williams might have still been on the team, and I'm like, no, this is a completely new guy. So pretty nuts how similar their play styles are, and they have that clutch gene in them. And let's see, let's check out these comments, and yeah, there you go. Somehow, some way, somewhere, they found a way. With the energy in the second half.
Let's replay the Malad and Armouche if you can, and we'll restart that. I can take that here. Let's replay our Malad and Armouche after the game, and we'll get to Leon Rice afterwards.
It makes it tough because
All right, well, this was a pretty big night for you on the board. Career high points, career high boards. What got into you tonight?
I was motivated because of the big crowd that they have here, and it was a great place to play. And I don't know, I would just keep helping my team and to stay in a game and to make a lead, and it's just happening, I guess.
11. Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, to see your teammate Marcus Shaver go 0 for 10 and then make that huge shot. You know, what's the feeling?
That's a mentally tough. He is a real shooter. And that was a clutch shot, and that was a great one.
11 in a row, man. How's it feel?
It feels good. Now we're going to the next game and try to get that win and keep winning as long as we can.
I mean, you're down 6 at halftime. It was obviously this was a tough game. I mean, how'd you guys pull this out?
There was I mean, we knew that we cannot stop fighting, and we knew that we will fight till the last moment and the last second. So the loss was not the option, and there was like we didn't have in our mind that we're gonna lose. So just play after play and keep fighting.
What was the play call that ended up in the Marcus three-pointer?
Well, I can't remember it. To be honest with you. I'm lost now.
Yeah.
Under the impression and all the stuff, it wasn't.
And there it was, Malad and Armouche after the game, and just crazy, just a crazy ending. You heard it at the end there. He didn't even remember the exact play call for that last drive. That's how electric of a moment it was, and just unbelievable. And now we can hear from Leon Rice with his post-game takes.
What gave you the confidence to put in the game?
Well, I've seen that a lot. And, you know, I always tell these guys, great players can miss 10 in a row and they'll make their 11th. They'll have the confidence to shoot their 11th. And when I took him out, I told him, I said, you're going to make your next one. Sure enough, he did. And that's when that ball was in his hands, he started dribbling. I was like, that's a good spot for it to be. Because I know Marcus and I know, you know, how good he is and how good he is at end of clock, end of shot clock. So that's a great guy to have the ball.
What's it say about you guys? You're down 6 at half, and just to keep battling and find a way to pull this one out.
Yeah, it says the same thing I've been saying about them. They're winners. I mean, because, you know, like Tyson, he didn't play great, but he made huge plays down the stretch. Mladen was just amazing. E-Man, that shot he hit, boy, that was nice. He put him on his heels and hit a nice jumper. And then we made just, you know, we got better defensively as the game went on a little bit, held them under 60. You know, they're a hard team to guard, and they, you know, they've been on a little bit of a tough streak lately, but they've lost a bunch like this. I mean, it's been crazy, you know. So they're a good team, smart players, well coached. They're hard to play, and especially hard to play here. We all know that.
To have the game Saturday, obviously, and just to get this one now and go into Saturday 11 in a row and have a chance. I mean, I know you all want to win Saturday just as bad as you did before this game, but just to have this one now, what does this mean moving forward?
It was a great. I mean, it's crazy. This league is so competitive this year, top to bottom. I mean, show me who's an easy out. There isn't any. Nobody is. And so if you don't play a really good game, or if anybody plays an A game, they're probably winning on that night. And so you can't play a bad game and get away with it in this league, you know. And that's where our defense has helped us. And tonight, both our defense and our rebounding was really, really good.
Was there a play call on Marcus' three? Or
yeah, that was a call. It was a great call to get in his hands.
So that's all.
In hindsight, yeah.
Get it into his hands?
Yeah. Well, no, it's
okay.
He can come off and shoot the first one, but we didn't want to shoot it too early.
You could say.
But we wanted to have enough time to have a rebound opportunity where the ball doesn't cross half court is our rule.
He was 0 for 10. I mean, to be 0 for 10 and be a guy like him, what can you say about that?
That's maturity, and that's, you know, like I said, that's something we talk about a lot. I mean, every great player that I've coached can do that. And they have nights like that. And he's not going to remember 10 years from now, the 0 for 10, he's going to remember that game winner. Like you said, that's one of those, especially in the year, the atmosphere, and just really proud of him. And the team, you know, there's not one guy on the team that didn't want him to shoot that too, you know. And sure enough, he delivered, and he delivered for them, and really special. That was a neat game to win, because you guys, when you come down here, it's a lot different than watching on TV. How hard it really is to win here. You know, you got altitude a little bit more than what we have at home. You've got this crowd, and we've got a good basketball team always here, and well coached.
Your team is doing things this season that
There you go. My mic was muted. Sorry about that, folks. Wouldn't be a post-game show if I didn't have something wrong with the mic, so apologize for that. BJ Rains here on the Lithia 4 to Boise, BroncoNationNews.com post-game show. Get your comments in. Collin's going to read them. What a win for Boise State. You heard from Leon Rice. You heard from Mladen Armouche. And, 22 points and 19 rebounds. 22 points and 19 rebounds for Mladen Armouche. Unbelievable game for him. 15 points for Abu Kijab, 11 points for Emmanuel Akot, and none bigger than that huge three-pointer. Emmanuel Akot ties the game there. Just a huge three-pointer for Boise State to tie the game. Collin, we've got a record. It looks like 76 people watching this right now. That is a record for us. And so it's snowing outside. I've got this is a humble brag here, a private jet back to Boise tonight, so I've got to get rolling here. But what a win for Boise State. Just incredible. That's 11 wins in a row, and I'm going to see you in San Diego Saturday. But keep the comments coming. Keep the questions coming. Collin's going to read those for a little bit longer. He can play some more highlights again, but just enjoy this one, Boise State fans. What a win. What a win for Boise State. 11 in a row. They were down 6 at halftime, Collin, and just to be able to come back. Ryan Watkins did not ever have, Eric's asking here, I'll put this on the screen real quick. Ryan Watkins never had a 2020 game. So incredible. Mladen Armouche, 22. What did I say? 22 and 19. Incredible what Mladen Armouche did tonight. So big win for Boise State. 11 in a row. They're 5-0 in league. And they're heading with a lot of confidence on their private charter down to San Diego for Saturday's game. So what a win for Boise State. It was awesome to be here. And really excited to be here. And I will be in San Diego on Saturday. So all 70 of you guys still watching, really, really appreciate it. Collin, you can take it over from here. We'll maybe see some highlights again. We got some post-game stats coming. And huge game for Boise State. They win this one. The final score, 62-59. Again, they were down 6 at halftime, rolled back. What an impressive second half for Boise State to pull back. They win the second half by 9. And Emmanuel Akot, what can you say, Collin? Emmanuel Akot hits the huge three-pointer to tie the game with about a minute to go, and Boise State pulls ahead and wins it. So huge win for Boise State. Keep your comments coming. Collin's going to take care of them. Great job, Collin. And I will see you from San Diego on Saturday. Boise State now 14-4, 5-0 in the Mountain West, and they're in first place. And we'll see you from San Diego on Saturday. Collin, take it away, my friend.
All right, and BJ's got to get off on his charter back to. He's probably got a 25-minute flight back to Boise, and definitely a lot nicer than the 4-hour drive, and just unbelievable. We need a crowd like that every game. Yeah, I mean, at this stage of the game, after these type of wins, that's when you're going to get a crowd. And I mean, the last game with Air Force, it's not, I guess, the most premier opponent you'd want. I did think there was going to be a bigger crowd on TV. It didn't look like anything overwhelming. But at this point, I mean, if you beat San Diego State, I'd hope they sell out. But you never know. I mean, Extra Mile Arena isn't necessarily small, but this team's got something rolling, and it's just unbelievable. I can't wait to go to San Diego, and definitely glad I booked that trip. I'll hop on a plane tomorrow morning and be in San Diego until they play Saturday, and just unbelievable. Was it just me, or were the Utah announcers awful? I didn't think they were so bad. I thought they were pronouncing Armuch's name wrong. I think I'm also like more as neutral as it gets, where I kind of like want to see both ends of it. But yeah, no, I mean, they're Utah State announcers, so you're going to get that, and that's just how it is. If Boise State was hosting on the Mountain West Network, it would be the same thing. And yeah, I mean, here's more comments on BJ being muted, but there's a comment about SDSU. Let's see. I really hope we beat SDSU. Sick of watching them dominate. Yeah, I mean, SDSU is kind of that. I mean, arguably, Boise State football-wise is kind of that gold standard in the Mountain West. SDSU basketball-wise is somewhat of that gold standard. So it's always a clash when SDSU plays Boise. And I mean, last year they came so close 2 separate times, and just yeah, they were not that bad. There's Joe. There's someone. Let's see. So, anyone know why SDSU and CSU are ranked higher in ESPN's bracketology? We're labeled as the automatic qualifying team, but they're ranked 8. We're 12. I would say mostly it's a little bit early for that. I think there was. You look at the non-conference games, and Colorado State beat like Mississippi State, and yeah, I mean, San Diego State's playing. It's not like Boise's schedule is not weak by any means, but the fact the Bakersfield loss hurt a lot, and I think if they didn't lose that game, they'd be really talked about being a very good seed, such as how Colorado State is being talked about right now. With San Diego State, they're kind of consistent like this every year. It just depends how they finish down the stretch. But yeah, what a game. Let's look at those highlights one more time, and then we'll read some more comments and wrap it up here. But just an unbelievable game.
Max Rice. Max gets in the lane. His
turn
right
these
hand layup
down
up
a
and
little
in.
bit.
Able to split the Red Sea and get bounce pass to Armas. Out top to key jab.
There's key jab. The nice finish to end the half and change the momentum slightly, or at least
passes out of the post. Long
get something in there. There's
that's key jab,
a big three from key jab. I wish they posted some more ACOT ones, but I pulled these from Twitter, so
leave it down to Armas.
I don't have much of a choice with how much, especially in the time frame. But
to Armas, throws down the two-handed
when they Armas just
beautiful.
I'm starting to say it like the announcer. They keep on saying Armas. Armuch, just unbelievable.
My goodness. Shaver comes around the screen.
And yeah, there's Shaver.
Rises for 3.
Just unbelievable.
His first 3 of the game. And he nails
we'll look at one more angle here before we take those away. There it is. And that's courtesy of DJ Raines from courtside. Let's see. Got to find a way to tell the committee that the loss to Bakersfield does not count because we became a new team. Yeah, it's they've definitely been a new team. You could say it was Dutree, you could say it was Degenhart, more just coming together, and it is what it is with that. But yeah, no, it's definitely just an unbelievable time for you guys to be a Boise State fan. It's been a blast covering this team so far. Not to take any credit, but they haven't lost since I became an intern. But no, I'm just kidding. But yeah, no, we're gonna see them in San Diego, and now they won that. They're playing with house money. They won the first half of that 2-game road stretch against 2 great opponents. and we're gonna let it ride, and they're gonna see where it goes. If they get that win, it's just unbelievable. If they go 12 straight with a home game against Wyoming, and this has been the Lithia Ford of Boise postgame show. I'll have a story out. I gotta get that started now, and we'll get that out in about an hour and get a story and a recap. And I mean, if you're watching here, you know what happened. You can just read about it later. But thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you to our subscribers. Thank you, Lithia Ford of Boise. Thank you, Idaho Central Credit Union and rowpaint.com. Row Paint, the #1 paint and coatings company of Boise State Athletics. No script in front of me here, but thank you so much for watching. Please consider subscribing if you haven't. If you are, thank you so much. And this has been the Lithia Ford of Boise postgame show. We'll see you in San Diego on Saturday.
At ICCU, to make a difference, it takes just one connection. A friendly face, an open ear, a helping hand. And then something amazing happens. We find out that we're better together. This is what Idaho Central does in our communities every day. We help our members with the small things and big dreams. This is what believing in you is all about. Idaho Central Credit Union, looking after your daily balance.
It may have been a new job or starting a new business. Maybe you were looking for a better place to raise a family. It's possible you were returning home to the place you love, to Idaho. Whatever your reason for coming, 40 years or 4 months ago, Lithia Ford of Boise wants you to know you're welcome here. Lithia Ford of Boise, where Ford begins in Idaho.